And we're back. We are back. Oh, right now we're here. Like, that's wow. Wow.
Do you believe in miracles?
What does it mean to be here?
Where are you from?
Right. Like here. Like we're here.
Yeah, if you ain't over here, then where you at?
I guess rhetorically, but it's like, what is here? And see, this sounds so stupid. This is the time we live in. Like, we're sitting here talking about here, there, where, what is, and you know.
I thought we were trying to figure out pronouns first. I think we're still stuck on that.
Yeah,
when
but I
now?
mean,
Soon.
Fighting for pronouns is like fighting for adjectives.
Yeah, it's designed adolescents.
I mean, nobody's fighting for adjectives.
They're fighting for adolescence.
Yeah, but that's justified. Like, we'll give it to that. The little kid says, "I'm Superman," or "I'm the best." We believe that's ambitious, right? That's fine. That's justified. But if a grown man says, "I'm the smartest man in the world," that's not ambitious. That's delusion. And so, nobody's fighting for adjectives. I mean, you can try to prove that, right? So people put out work and all this stuff, whatever. But adjectives, it's interesting. It's just so weird. Adjectives have to be given. They can't be self-affirming. It's like, I have to say, wow, you're a smart man. If you self-affirm, I'm a smart man, doesn't have a lot of value. It's like, adjectives have to be a gift. They can't just be self-affirmed.
Well, tell it to that one girl.
Would you rather wear a wedding dress every single day or a bathing suit every single day? You tell.
Hey.
Shut your bitch ass up.
This is kind of like embarrassing because
Is this in
he loves
Alabama?
seeing me in dresses.
You chose the question, dear.
Okay, a wedding dress because
What?
What'd you think? All eyes on you.
I am perplexed. I have no idea. Although the pizza looked pretty good.
Well, people have been singing that song, like what's that Rick Ross song? You the boss, daddy. You the boss, daddy.
Oh,
I'll do anything that you say, anything, 'cause you the boss, you the boss, you the boss, daddy, you the boss, you the boss, daddy, you the...
Somebody's gonna have to go through your laptop one of these days.
Oh, yeah.
I think your laptop needs to be scraped. We're wondering about Biden Jr.'s laptop. I think there's. It's not so much illegal activity as much as questionable activity. It's like I'm questioning how you built your FYP brick by brick.
That laptop needs to fold.
Well,
and
it's
not
unfolded.
unfold.
That's
Emerge.
fine. Anyways,
Emerge.
other things that are self-affirming are ambitions that are going on again. So, we've had the Artemis mission, we've had everything else. And we talked about it last year, how Nokia wanted to put like 5G on the moon. And they've been talking about how DARPA wanted to build this military base, and Lockheed Martin was involved and all. And they're talking about building all this stuff, but, it's the same narrative. They still ain't doing anything, but the narrative's here. And, we talked about it on the live. SpaceX IPO is coming at $1.75 trillion. So the flop of Artemis 2, in my theory, is premeditated so that space objectives can be commercialized. And SpaceX was just given this past week a $2.2 billion contract by the government to add even more validity to their IPO of $1.75 trillion. And NASA just came out this week, May 26, so 2 days from this recording, talking again about the same narrative, conveniently right before SpaceX's IPO.
America is returning to the moon. We are working alongside our many international and commercial partners to leverage the incredible capabilities from
SpaceX.
commercial industry to build a moon base.
You know, this
We
guy
are
can hear
leveraging the
us,
NASA
right?
playbook from the 1960s, figuring out what works and what doesn't in this epic science of survival, because the moon base is as beautiful as it is hostile. So we are discussing 3 moon-based missions
you
and
can
a
see his
series of
ears from
additional
here.
awards with more missions to be announced in the months ahead.
We
Now,
hear ya.
Moonbase 1 will be the first privately funded lunar lander mission
Still
in
made out of
history.
tinfoil.
The Blue Origin Mark I Endurance lander will deliver multiple payloads to the Shackleton Connecting Ridge, a strategic area of the lunar South Pole. Moonbase 2 will be the largest commercial payload delivered to the lunar surface ever, though in this Moonbase endeavor, we certainly hope to be breaking records on nearly every mission. The Astrobotic Griffin lander will carry more than 500 kilograms of cargo, including Astrolab's Flip rover to the lunar surface. Moonbase 3 will expand our scientific understanding of the lunar surface. This mission will deliver the first payload selected through NASA's PRISM initiative, a program that brings together universities, researchers, and industry through open competition to solve scientific questions.
Or porta potty.
Now remember that, the PRISM. I'm not going to talk about it, but look that up, the PRISM. But I have one more video for you guys about this.
Can we talk about what we just saw?
Take a look at NASA's vision of a future moon base. Massive. Potentially hundreds of square miles on the lunar surface, complete with astronaut living quarters, lunar rovers, and power stations, with the ultimate goal of heading to Mars.
And we want to be in an environment where we can learn the skills so that astronauts can go and plant the stars and stripes on Mars someday.
Splashdown confirmed.
NASA's moon base plans come just 6 weeks after the Artemis II mission that sent astronauts around the moon for the first time in 50 years. NASA hopes to land Artemis 4 astronauts on the moon in 2028. Building a moon base will come in 3 phases starting this year, eventually using drones and rovers to scout the best landing sites near the South Pole. In 2029, they'll begin assembling the moon base, including solar and nuclear power systems. Then in 2032, the first astronauts will begin living and working on the moon.
Artemis astronauts will stay longer, explore farther, and conduct the kinds of science that advances exploration itself.
With China also aiming to build a lunar base, NASA plans to establish a perimeter around the American base. It's an ambitious timeline, and NASA will need to learn and react fast and mitigate the risks, including from long-term radiation exposure and micrometeorites that shower.
I already talked about that on live.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he hears a whole lot anyway.
Look, man. There was a lot there.
A lot.
There's a lot there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot.
And me and my wife were actually just talking about that before. Like, she was telling me that she wishes mine were bigger, and like my ears, because I don't listen very well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I mean, my ears, I'm a little shy to show now. Like, they're just average size. Man, when I saw that, I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I'm hard of
yeah,
hearing too, so that is. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, back to space.
Yeah, this is
big.
First thing, what are they acclimating? They're acclimating the false narrative again. You
don't think it's as big as they're saying it is.
Of course it is, but it's the false narrative. Just like, what was the false narrative pushed in '69? You needed a nemesis, so then it was Russia.
Well, it was smaller back then.
Well, Russia was dominant, China was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Russia's nothing and China's everything. So
where does India fall in this scale?
Back to Star Fox. But that's fine. All I'm saying is, and that's their doing. Like, they can advance their technology, but
hey, the moon's big enough for all of us.
India's already getting H-1Bs. Man, I want to push out this documentary clip. There's this whole scam. I'm telling you, and they're smart. I'm telling you, people think you can say whatever you want about these Indians, and we're talking not native. We're talking about in India. They're smart. Like, they know that they're creating. Man, you guys are getting me deviated because he's talking about India. I'll just mention this quickly. This is a whole nother thing. There's these scams because these H-1B visas are going to all these Indians, and rightly so. I mean, who's the CEO of Microsoft? Who's the CEO of Google? These are Indians, and so no shade. but they know they're being prominently the ones seeked after for these H-1Bs. So Indians are coming to America creating, I wouldn't say fake, they're real companies, LLCs, technological startups. And what people are realizing, especially in Texas, and this is another fraud that needs to be investigated, and nobody's in there. But they have to create these startups so that they can justify H-1Bs to give to people so that they can bring them over here. So then people are now investigating these companies, and when they go over there, there's nobody there. But all these companies are getting the H-1B visas. Anyways,
so they're sort of like the daycare centers in Minnesota, right?
Hi there, worksite inspection.
Hey, who is this?
Hi there, this is Tyler. I'm here to conduct a worksite inspection. Am I speaking to Hari Madiraju?
He's not.
Huh? Sorry, you cut out there.
So I'm not at home, so what is this? I'm in the office. Who is this speaking?
Is there another worksite that you're working from?
Yeah, 4425 West Airport.
West Airport? Okay, so there's no one working from the residential address here?
Why do they work for where is your home?
Excuse me?
Where is your home? Do you live in your home or do you live in your toilet or somewhere?
No, I don't live in my toilet, sir. So I'm only asking because the LCAs state that this is the address. Is that not the case?
No.
So you don't
go to my workspace. Are you from government?
No, I'm not from the government. I'm conducting an independent investigation.
If you're not for government,
yes.
Work right now I don't have any people, but you can go to the workplace and work there.
All right, we'll take a look at your office. Thank you. Some attitude. Yeah. But why would this guy file 8 LCAs with the worksite listed as his residential home? So we went to his office only to find a collaborative worksite and his completely empty unit. No one in their office. Hari Madiraju finessed us. Let's give him a phone call.
Please leave your message for 214.
You son of a bitch. And strangely enough, many of these ghost offices were often clustered in the same locations, starting with V4 Tech. V4 Tech, very official. Okay, take a look inside. We see some sort of Eastern monk-like statue right there. We have an empty little meeting room in the back here. It's almost like no one's here. Who would pay thousands of dollars a month to rent an office with no signs of human life, locked during work hours in the middle of the work week with no employees in sight? I have a question for you. Do you know where they're at? Your neighbors?
No idea.
No idea? Okay, thanks so much.
It costs money to rent this place, and it's during business hours during the week.
It's a ghost office, a shell. They have paper compliance. They have the physical location. They can register their H-1Bs to, and then they can send them off to go work elsewhere. So V4 Tech Inc., completely empty. They should be here. Someone should be here. 420. This is going to be a good one. And there were more ghost offices all over this complex. We got no sign on this one. Hello? Hello? They ever show up here? Yeah. I just want to ask you, do you guys actually have neighbors? Does anyone ever show up?
That's a great question.
It's a good question, right?
Great question. Why are you asking this question?
Because we're convinced that this is a body shop. They have paper compliance, and no one actually works out of here. There's like 9 separate units in this business complex. No one's here. These ghost offices. I'm ready. Yeah.
Is that on?
It's on. We're ready.
He's thinking correctly. You are thinking correctly.
NG Talent Tech Group LLC, based in this office, filed 23 LCAs, and there wasn't a soul in their unit. Everything was empty.
Hello?
Hello?
Knock, knock.
This one didn't even have a sign on the door. Talenton Technologies claims to have 6 H-1Bs. No one's here. In-office presence on the following days. Tuesday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Where were our elite Indian engineers and programmers holding the American economy on their shoulders? We have DevOps IT. This is the best looking one thus far. We have 11 H-1Bs. No one's here. Hello. Hey, do you know if your neighbor's here?
I haven't seen anybody over there now.
We think they might be running a body shop.
Oh, right here in Frisco?
Yeah.
I get it.
What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. Last time I saw somebody here was 4 months ago.
4 months ago? That's crazy. Were they Indians?
Yeah.
They appear to be body shops. Basically, all I'm asking is, are there revolving doors of empty office complexes with a bunch of
And
Indians?
there's revolving people.
Revolving people, different people.
We're in this unit here.
Okay.
The one next to us.
Okay.
People show up about every...
So you see a new group of people coming in and out of there?
And most of the time it's empty.
It's empty.
Like probably 11 months out of the year.
We finally found an office with an Indian inside, but the sign they had hanging in their office listed a different company than what they had filed under.
At least they have an agenda. At least these groups do.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing.
And was Star Fox moon landing all just so we could think that it's almost like Columbo.
They went to the moon.
Yeah, they make you think that they don't know what they're doing, and they show you that, but it's actually just so they can get on the inside. I don't know, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Everybody's been to the moon.
Back to the moon. The first thing is we need another nemesis. And we now know the nemesis is China. So what the last thing this guy said, and we already know China's going to build a lunar base too. And so America's setting a perimeter. And it's basically setting up the acclamation we're going to. So the larger scheme is Taiwan's going to be a valid war point because of the future of this, I'm just calling it fake moon ambition. Now we can have justifiers for this future war for Taiwan. And I think it's all fugazi. Until even then, it's tough. But we ain't even got to the moon yet, boys. We ain't even at the moon yet. Nobody even landed on the moon. But by 2028, conveniently, that's when Trump's out of commission. At least he says he might go for a third term. Who knows? Aliens are coming. But that's what I think is interesting. So forget all of this, like we're going to build moon, all of this. This is all to make SpaceX's IPO go through the roof. At $1.75 trillion, it's the largest IPO ever. And I was telling Elder before we started, it's interesting that the stock market, the NASDAQ, and the specifically index fund regulations, they want to allow the ability for SpaceX to be in index funds.
Whether you like it or not, your 401k is going to be purchasing SpaceX stock when it IPOs in June. That's a $1.75 trillion valuation for a company that is losing close to $4 to $5 billion per year. And that's going to be automatically purchased by any ETF or index fund tracking the NASDAQ 100 because of a new fast entry rule that was approved in March. You see, it used to take 3 months before a new company could be added to the NASDAQ 100 index, and these 3 months let the market kind of digest the public offering and ultimately see where the price would land. But now with this fast entry rule, in 15 trading days after a listing, any company with a market cap of over $100 billion, usually ranking in the top 40 of the NASDAQ 100, is going to be included automatically. That means popular ETFs like QQQ will be required to shift some of their allocation to SpaceX shares.
Is this so they can cash out because your index funds are in retirement, private equity, and that's blocked by a 401, 457, whatever you have, and you have a 20% penalty, so of course you don't take it out. But that large profit that's gained, that's free money towards private equity. So they're just going to get a boost out the gazoo. And you think you're making a lot of profits, but they get to play with it and invest in whatever, and you ain't getting nothing. You're just rich on paper. They're rich in real. But then what happens if they invest in something and it all goes to trash? Well, there goes your retirement. So to me, it's just a good way to crash the whole entire system and enforce the real reset. But that's a whole another theme of thought. But I think SpaceX is a perfect way to crash the whole entire economy if it's premeditated. And all of this from this video of we're going back to the moon to make a moon base.
It's kind of a big deal.
So believe it all you want. Believe whatever you're thinking. I just think all of this from Artemis has been premeditated for SpaceX, and I think SpaceX is going to be used to collapse the whole entire economy.
The 10-year-old boy inside of me is very excited about going back to the moon.
Yeah, the 18-year-old boy inside of me says, this could be exciting. This could be fun if we do it right, if we're careful.
And the 66-year-old inside of me says, get off my lawn.
Yeah, I hear that from here, even though my ears are average size. But a lot of people these days, like you said, host, they're just tired of hearing about all this news of aliens and everything else. So everybody's just giving up.
News just said that aliens are real and they are on Earth, but I have to be honest, I am so tired and have so much going on that I really don't give a damn.
That is going to be, the general public is basically going to be the same way. So what? There's aliens. Are they going to lower my bills? Is gas going to be cheaper? I don't care.
And if you want to control and I've said this many times, if you want to control a mass group of people, you pacify them. Because when you lose the idea of capacity or capability, you capitulate or you give up. You just let it ride because you don't care. And that's the easiest way. So all you do is bring up all these false hopes. It's the boy who cried wolf. At some point, you're like, I don't care that you're crying wolf. I ain't never seen a wolf. You keep talking about some wolf. Every time I go over there, there's no wolf. I don't care. That's how you control a mass group. You keep bringing false hopes. And then one day, though, the wolf is going to show up. Here's more false hopes.
Space Force just awarded SpaceX a $2.29 billion fixed price contract to develop what they're referring to as the Space Data Network backbone, which is essentially going to be a proliferated low Earth orbit satellite constellation that's designed as a secure, high-speed, resilient communications network with aims to provide high-capacity, low-latency data transport to connect military sensors, weapons platforms, aircraft, UAVs, and other systems globally. It's going to act like a data highway for the broader space data network, and is going to integrate with the Space Development Agency's transport layer to enable fast, secure data movement across the joint force, with a major application being real-time transmission of missile warnings and tracking data to interceptors, supporting initiatives like the administration's Golden Dome missile defense efforts and things like that. It's going to use a mesh network of interconnected satellites with optical laser links for worldwide coverage and resilience, and is going to build on some other commercial innovations related to Starshield, which is SpaceX's secure government variant of Starlink.
And I talked about this 2 years ago. There's an old DARPA program called Operation Blackjack. They've been trying to do this forever. And it's a constellational satellite networking infrastructure. And SpaceX was already trying to tap into some of that. Now they're just solidifying, I already believe all this was already going on. And I said that back then. They're already doing all this. Now they're just solidifying the truth to you. But basically, that's what they're saying. It's a mesh network of a constellation of satellites that are utilizing laser technology to communicate for what? For a governmental data backbone, blah, 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 blah. And now they want to tell you that because of this, now we magically have now this thing called the Golden Dome. And here it is. And guess who's also in control and connected to the Golden Dome? Oh, Palantir. Oh, you mean Israel. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, it is what it is. Take it however you want. But there's another $2.3 billion contract for SpaceX right before this IPO at a 1.75, let's just call it $2 trillion valuation. This company ain't even gone public yet. The most valuable company in the world is about 4 to 5 trillion. This company hasn't even been public yet. It's already half that. We're talking about Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple. This company ain't even public yet. It's already half the valuation at IPO. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, if there was ever a way to crash the market, here it is.
How much time do we have?
Sooner the better for me.
What can we do to prepare
Nothing.
for this fallout?
We're sitting here just watching the show.
Do you believe in a jubilee?
I like to take a break. I like Kit Kat bars.
Do you think there's any hope for us?
Why do you need hope?
Because we're captives.
To what?
The government.
What are you talking about? It's like watching a sitcom. We're just watching a show at this point. I mean, what are you talking about? We're not even participants. We're not. If we were participating, I'd say, oh yeah, we need to. We're actually sitting out there like spectators, and it's like I'm just watching a show. We're not even involved. They're just telling us stuff. It's like literally you're watching a show. They're telling you this is what's going on, and you're just watching it, and you're invested because it's a good show. You ain't got no hands in none of this. You ain't doing nothing. You're not involved.
Yeah, but it all just seems fake, like a
show.
Yeah,
right.
Like people actually mock that kind of thing.
Times are so tough right now, and I'm just really having a tough time with that.
That's so tough.
Because
yeah,
times are tough.
Times are tough. For so many people, times are tough.
Whenever I try to tell you guys that times are tough, you guys have a tough time with me having tough times. But it's like, no, like I'm just having tough times because the times right now are
but
tough.
It's like every time times are tough, you're like, oh, times are tough, but what about just toughing out the tough times that are tough? Like just tough out the tough times.
This is what I find to be tough, is a time like this.
Times are tough and times are gonna keep being tough.
Are you serious right now? Not very many people are having a tough time in the world like I am right
I'm
now.
having a tough time with this right now.
People are having tough times. Sorry, Elder?
I was just telling him take his rake with him.
Yeah. I guess it's something that the Kardashians do. They hold something in their hands every time they're talking about tough times. But
I'm glad you told me that. I was sitting there like cramming my brain. Like, what is this even analogous of? Like I was having a tough time trying to relate with that. It's like, is that an antenna? It's like, I don't even know what that's analogous. All right, so it's something that's common if you watch the Kardashians.
yeah,
Okay.
and they're going through tough times.
Right.
But it speaks for all of us in Northern America because we're all going through tough times too.
Yeah.
I can't speak on South America or East America, but I can speak on Northern America.
Well, it's just part of the show. You know, like any good show. You know, they give you something like, oh, the aliens are coming. And then all of a sudden they go into like a intersected family. It's like, oh yeah, you know, it's getting really tough over here. We're not sure what we're going to do when the aliens come. Oh yeah, it's really tough. Let's over here and while they're sitting there driving in their like spaceship or whatever they're doing, they're just like, yeah, we got to prepare for these aliens. We're not sure what we're going to do. But it's a part of the show. And it lets you continue the narrative of the show. If they showed you real people with real tough times, it'd be like, oh, this is a little too real. And so it's like, oh, well, this doesn't feel like a show.
Yeah, like those people that have a car, but they still have to walk.
Yeah, see? That's a tough time.
He sounds like he having a good time. It is. That's how he's got to go to work.
Yeah, well, you know.
That guy's having a tough time.
I don't know. It sounds like he's having a good time.
Well, sometimes it's the people that are having a tough time that have a good time because they realize how tough times can get.
Well, you know,
times are
adding
tough.
to the narrative of, you know, the tough times and the aliens and everything else, apparently the CIA came out and admitted their whole objective of creating 23&me and Ancestry.com. They don't say it like that, but this is what I'm saying because I can. I'm authorized.
Go off, King.
I'm allowed to.
Are you deputized?
Yeah, and I'm saying it. CIA created 23&me with GlycoSmith and
Sounds like we need that music in there. It's like
Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com.
That's more like it.
And what they said was they were using this genealogy to track the alien hybrids living among us.
In a DNA test and finding out you're not from where you thought you were, right? Maybe you grew up thinking you were Italian, but most of your DNA comes back as French. It happens all the time. But now I want you to imagine you're not from the planet you thought you were from. Maybe you already knew that. I know that sounds like science fiction, but the possibility is gaining a lot of traction in some UFO circles because on a recent podcast, science fiction writer and philosopher Jason Rezajani says he was told about a secret CIA program by former U.S. Army Sergeant Lynn Buchanan. And Buchanan seemingly claims that he's a psychic spy who worked for the government's remote viewing program during the Cold War and was approached by a group of aliens known as the Nordics who've been hiding out in plain sight, living quietly in small American towns. At least they're hiding out for now. Because according to Giorgiani, Buchanan claims a UAP researcher named Christopher Kit Green believes he may have found a way to identify these secret aliens by searching for a specific non-human or hybrid genetic marker inside DNA databases like Ancestry and 23&me. And on the pie chart listing ethnicities, there's something sometimes called a wedge. It's called other, which means unknown, unidentifiable. So UFO theorists believe that could mean extraterrestrial.
Why would aliens go do a 23&me report? Why would they need to know where they came from if they already know where they came from? Like, what would be the point of... if I was going to start with that investigation, I would start with all the people who didn't take that DNA test.
Well, I get that. I respect that. That's a good question.
Thank you.
It's because you have forgotten this is a show. See, the CIA already knows that there's aliens among us. The aliens already know they're here. Like, this is what all these government committees have been telling us. The government has been communicating with these aliens for years. It's not like they don't know. But how do we tell the public this? So the CIA created Ancestry.com and 23&me, and they created these things so that the public would get involved with the idea of learning about my history, my validity, and being familiar with this DNA, and then believing there's validity in DNA testing. The government already knew that. So now the government can say, after 23&me now has these scandals, the database is gone, everything's corrupted, Ancestry is a bunch of inbreds, who cares? We all now know that. So now the government can say, we didn't know there were aliens, so we're looking for them. And see, there's markers. It's about the show. So you can continue being invested and keep on saying, oh, maybe they are. You can't think about this in a logical sense. You have to think about this in a narrative sense. This is about creating a plot. So you will be the next chapter. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. If you think about it in a narrative sense, it makes sense. It's a story plot. I mean, unless you want to believe that the CIA really does have remote viewing clandestine people looking into the Galactic Federation inside the center of the moon.
The Galactic Federation spoke with, say, the shadow government or the collective governments on planet Earth to say, no matter what this is happening, no matter what, we're coming here and you're getting to this place of being this galactic civilization. And so you either tell your people about this or it's just going to happen.
That's a good narrative, though.
Well, it depends on if you're on magic or not.
Well, we'll just talk about
we usually are on
talking
magic.
about the CIA. That's all I'm saying. We're talking about the CIA. And that's what I'm saying. It's great if you have to think about this stuff in a narrative. Then it all makes sense. If you think about this in the real sense, no, none of it makes sense. But it's a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it's about entertainment, capturing people's attention. Put on a good show, entertain the folks.
And you know what's funny is that that's your government. It's not, they're not projecting it as a show. But now that girl that you showed, who cares? What they're realizing, it is a show.
Yep.
And so, you know, you're not going to be as offended when you realize it all is a show. The only reason why you're offended is because you think they're telling you the truth. That's why you're mad. But once you start realizing, oh, it's just a big show, you're going to start just saying, oh, wow, I can't wait for the next lie to come out.
Yeah.
And it's because now you're just watching a show. So you don't have to be offended, audience. You're just watching a good show.
Some people may be a little more real than others, though. Like when Gerald did what he did on the escalator.
Huh? That chicken?
Huh? That is not chicken.
It looked like fried chicken.
Yeah, I guess maybe he had a hole in his pocket. That's plausible. We need the Mythbusters, Jamie and Adam
I would say
back,
it could be poop, but it came out a little too fast, a little too solid, a little too firm. It looked like it was some kind of piece of meat.
Yeah, I'd be scared that it's going to burn on the way down, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. It came out really fast, really hard, really solid. It's either he's really constipated or he's got chicken in his pocket. It's just another part of the show.
I don't know.
Just
I
another
think that
guy
was pretty
with chicken
real.
in his pants.
Yeah, just another guy.
Yeah, they got chicken in their pants.
Well, some people just can't make it. You know, you're driving your truck and you just can't make it.
This is when self-driving becomes useful.
Yeah. And nothing actually happens in that one, but you know what's about to happen.
Do they have toilets in semis?
More chicken.
No.
See, that's what
More
they need
chicken.
to do. They need to put toilets in semis because that's a serious problem.
I thought you were going to say like a rotisserie station for chicken.
No. I'm just thinking like reality. If I was a semi-truck driver, you know, just like any driver, like it can happen at any moment. But yeah, if I can't pull over, yeah, well,
It's all over.
yeah, you would think at least put a little bucket, porta potty, something.
I think they just expect you to wear a diaper.
Yeah, and those guys are driving for a long time. That's tough until the next inspection way station. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to the show. You know, that's the main thing I'm trying to push out this week is helping you guys understand how not to take it personal.
You want to take it. You want us to take it on the chin.
No, I want you to take it like you would a good show. Like you watch a horror flick, you watch a sci-fi, you get invested, and sometimes it makes you think about reality and what could be impossibility, but you still know it's a show.
Because back in the day, I used to be quick to squeeze.
You think being Donald Trump, being one of these very famous TV people all these years, you think he's president just because, or is it because he knows how to run a show?
Because he used to be quick to squeeze too.
Well, he knows how to quick to.
If you had to do it before you clench.
Yeah, he had a show.
Yeah,
but now he's a part of the greatest show. This is the greatest showman. This is the greatest show.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? I mean, come on.
We live our lives on the television.
Right. And it's telling you a vision.
We're all on the tube.
Right. It's telling you to
get off the tube.
Become a test tube. But outside of test tubes and all of that, another addition to the show is, okay, so think about aliens. Think about them penetrating you. Think about, you know, they tell you what they do, anal probes and stuff like that. But
Ew.
Your only protection is to jam the waves. You got to jam the signal. Because everything now is wireless. So this guy you guys seen many times before. But the question is, have you ever seen a jammer? And he's going to show you a jammer. But again, remember, everything is a part of the show. It's another hypothetical for the show. Have you seen a jammer?
Anything like this before? No. So what this device would do, and the usage of it is illegal. So if I press that button, we're both committing a federal crime. You know,
Not me, man.
This is called a jammer. So what this does is it's going to shut down every single cell phone in this entire building, 70 meters. It's going to turn off GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. It's going to jam all signals that are important, which means you can't call 911. The alarm system in this place that likely has a cellular connection can't contact. You might hear the alarm going off, but nobody's getting a notification that you're being robbed or anything. There is no solution for this problem. And it brings me...
How does that work?
So what it does is, like, imagine we're in a small room, right? And if I screamed at the top of my lungs and then I told you to tell me a story, when I'm screaming, if somebody was sitting over there, you know, they may not be able to hear your story because I'm screaming. That's what this is doing. It's screaming at the top of its lungs, 70 meters, and signals they're just so garbled by the time they make it out of that range, the 70 meter range, they don't work.
So now adding that to the story, they want you to believe these jammers are used and they're everywhere. And, you know, what are you going to do? How are you going to stop it? So now the theory is, are you going to get a jammer? Oh, it's federally illegal. You can't do anything. But I got it right here. You know, it does look like it's just like 4 routers connected together. But, you know, it's here. It's probably got like, the reason why it's illegal is because you can't have more than like 1 watt of transmissional power. So FCC regulations, this is like 10 watts and blah, blah, blah.
It's not illegal in space, though.
Yeah, but you know
what? You can
what?
jam in space.
Yeah, you need to get jammed.
Yeah, or Michael Jordan.
Yep, my thoughts exactly.
But here's another narrative. So if you're watching this and you're believing this as like a part of truth, oh yeah, that's going to make you get offended. But now if you're watching this like a narrative, it's like, oh, how are they going to use this in the story?
Yeah, my thoughts are already jammed right now.
But you
Like it's already working. He didn't even touch the button.
I think this is why sometimes we got to remember how to imagine, how to remember how to. It's the age of imagination again. Like, I think we've worked too hard to be logical. We worked too hard to be truthful and honest. And we forgot that story.
Which one?
Just story. Story is the majority of a transmission of information. It's always been story.
No, the LGBTQ plus community, they're still telling stories at
that's their
elementary
story,
schools and
right?
stuff.
But that's
so
their
they're keeping the
story.
stories alive.
Yeah, I know, but
I think they're the only ones doing it, actually.
But see, stories are myths.
And myths become legends.
Right. But myths are fundamentally on something objectively, experimentally unified. Like, that's a universal experience. Now, don't tell me if it's real or not, but that's a universal experience. But now we create myths. We got a super table.
It is real.
With this table, it has the ability to jam 900 miles away. And this table's got 5 million watts of power. And this table's a super jammer. See, I can, it's story. We forgot about story. We need to remember, for all functions of history since the beginning of time, it's always been story.
Elder, do you have any good stories for us?
Oh, I got lots of good stories, but I can't tell most of them.
So it's
I have
working.
restraining orders.
So the jamming is working.
Yeah.
You're jammed.
I'm jammed
Nobody
up.
believes that. You're telling a false story. See, that makes me believe it's a real thing now. See, when you start hiding, that means it's real. At least it makes me want to believe it's real.
Well, I mean, is this true, Elder? Do you actually, you're not really allowed to tell stories?
Well, the other problem is I don't remember a lot of good stories. Yeah, so you get to an age where you have plenty of stories, you just can't remember the stories. So it defeats. Yeah, it's sad.
Well, there's a normal. Add to the story. There's a normal story people have when they believe. You guys seen those preachers on the side of the road out there going out there telling everybody about Jesus and preaching.
Oh no, Murph!
Right?
No, Murph!
And
no, Murph!
You remember last week I was telling you to picture something in your head, like when I say apple. What do you see? You probably see an apple or something. So when I say street preachers, something comes to your head.
Mm-hmm.
And however radical that is, it has a narrative around it. But now I want to bring you another story, another narrative, something to add to that picture. Something that when I saw, I was like, wow, this is really street preaching.
Mercy on you, for Jesus Christ came and he lived a perfect life. Free Palestine, but Jesus Christ first, free Palestine from Islam. Yeah, Jesus Christ is first, bro. Yeah, Jesus Christ is first, then Palestine. You don't put the land above the Creator. You're putting the land above the Creator. Free Christians from Nigeria. But you won't come say it to me. There's a group of 4 of y'all, but only one of me. But you walk away. I invite you to come do something to me.
Hey, baby, we got more than Bibles out here. We got more than Bibles out here.
So if y'all want to come do it, you can try. But listen, the Word of God and the Holy Spirit is among me. It is with me, and no evil will prosper against me. In the mighty name of Jesus, we got
more than one way to send you to Christ. Way, man.
We don't play with that out here. We will have mercy on you.
See, now that.
No, Murph.
That's a street preacher. That's what you said.
No, Murph.
We got more than one way to send you to Christ.
See, I can hear it. It's like, no, Murph. No, Murph. Don't do it, Murph.
Now that's another narrative. Like
he's out there where he can actually hear the click clack.
Yeah, that's. And you know what? He's telling you the truth. He's got more than one way to send you to Christ. Now, I want you to think about it. Like all these people out here talking about they're street preachers. Now this guy is a street. This guy is street preacher.
Yeah, I mean, show of hands, how many of you guys have heard the click clack?
I like a Kit Kat bar.
That was a toy in the 70s, wasn't it? Where there was two balls on a string and you would hit them back and forth and they'd go click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
Dude, we
then
got
they'd
'em.
shatter and get in your eye.
Thank you for the stories, Elder.
Mm-hmm.
Those stories that are now unjammed. It seems.
I remembered one. See, you did a good job there. You used a mnemonic to unblock my my story flow.
Yeah, a lot of people when they hear that click clack, they start going.
They tell you different stories.
Yeah,
yeah. The stories come out when you start hearing their Kit Kats. I mean, people will tell you all kinds of stories when you hear the Kit Kats.
That or a what was it? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, the last thing I want to show in the narrative, and I'm sure there's more on the unfolding tabs, and I don't know what's on those tabs after we saw what was displayed today. But another narrative, I'm sure you guys have heard the National Security Presidential Memorandum, the NSPM 7. I've talked about it before, where it's the categories of what the government wants to deem as domestic terrorists. And the traditional list is if you're anti-capitalist, if you're anti-Christian, if you're anti-family, if you're whatever, those traditional things, anti-anything, you're going to be a domestic terrorist. Who cares about First Amendment? Who cares about free speech? Who cares about anything? You're going to be a domestic terrorist. So you guys look it up again. Remember that phrase, National Security Presidential Memorandum, NSPM 7. But now they're going to add a new category so we can continue the story. Remember, don't get offended by any of this because it's a story.
There's no rest for the weary.
It's a story.
Praise God.
I got more than one way to send you to Christ. I was like, man, I ain't never heard that. I respect that. All right.
And my son actually says that too. He's like, praise God.
Yeah, well, I don't know what your son's doing, but
he's 37.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
See you on the street?
Because you're 22. On that caliber. But
no, he's 9.
I don't believe that.
Millimeters.
Yeah. FRT. Forget the switch. But so the new narrative now to add to the NSPM 7
500.
And the list is only going to grow.
Elder has more stories, by the way.
Yeah, well, you can tell them after this, because this is it. So, what's the next thing that's going to consider you a domestic terrorist? Now, remember, all of this is a part of the narrative, part of the story, and the agenda. Now, everything, we're going to the moon, we're going fighting China, we're building bases, we got robots, AI's taking over, government CEOs are going to be, that's actually right, government CEOs. Technocracy's real. There's no real government. Everything's run by AI, blah, 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 blah. So the next thing they're going to complain about is right now what's happening all over the entire, I'll say the world, but predominantly the United States. Everybody's against data centers. When you're against data centers, what are you fundamentally saying you're against? AI. And so to protect this narrative, what did they got to now add to the categories of domestic terrorists to this NSPM 7? If you are against AI or if you're against technology, you're going to be a domestic terrorist. So it's perfect. All you people out there protesting against data centers, soon you could be considered a domestic terrorist.
FBI and DHS just created a new domestic extremism category, and it includes people who are angry about AI taking their jobs. Wired obtained over 1,000 pages of unpublished reports from the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and 80 fusion centers across the country through the Freedom of Information Act. What those documents reveal is a significant shift in how the US is defining domestic threats. The new category is called Anti-Technology Violent Extremism. It doesn't appear in previously published DHS or FBI FBI reports. One report from the New York Intelligence and Counterterrorism Bureau reads this: chaotic atmosphere that may result from emergent AI technology in the next 5 years may fuel large-scale protests that devolve into civil unrest and anti-tech violent extremist activity, especially in large urban areas such as New York City. Virginia intelligence report listed suspicious activities including photography, observation of security arrangements, and attending demonstrations, activities that legal experts say is commonly associated with lawful protest. This designation means that federal counterterrorism resources will be directed at protecting AI companies, their executives, and data center infrastructure. Hundreds of groups across 42 states currently oppose data center construction in their community.
So that's the new list. So like, it's going to keep growing. And again, why am I saying all this? What's the whole point? It's a story, man.
And that guy looked like he was AI.
It's just
a new thing out right now is people are saying that AI people that are like talking like that, you can't tell unless if you're talking with them. It's even live too. If you tell them to hold up 3 fingers, they can't do it. So AI can't do that yet. So if we were actually talking to this guy and I would told him.
That's where we got him.
I'd tell him to rep his set. And if he couldn't rep it, then...
Well, here's the article, just so you know it's not AI.
No, I mean, the guy was AI, but just reading off an article.
Yeah, U.S. law enforcement warns of anti-tech extremism as AI hatred grows. And this is where they, like everything he said, I'm not going to repeat everything he said. It gets from the Freedom Information Act, they got these 1,000 pages in Homeland Security. Remember, right here, National Security Presidential Amendment 7, so NSPM 7. Talks about what is...
it's made Luddites terrorists.
Right, so everybody's going to be a terrorist. Everybody's going to be a terrorist. You're going to be a terrorist. You're fighting for your life. You're fighting just to live. You're fighting so you don't have to pay $9,000 electric bills.
Not if you don't comply, then you're not a terrorist.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you die, of course, you don't exist. So, of course, you won't be a terrorist.
Well, if they wanted to kill us all, they would do it right now.
All right, well, this is... Have you not heard anything? Nobody's killing, nobody's doing nothing. This is all a show.
No, I know. I'm saying you're saying in the future, we're all going to be terrorists and we're going to die. No, I'm saying we can comply.
There is no us. They're trying to make you believe there's an us. It's just like if a show said the United States public is now going to be attacked by aliens. Yeah, they're talking about you, but you know it's not really you because it's a show. I'm trying to say, like, all of this is a show. The government, United States government, is telling you U.S. citizens are now going to be terrorists, just like a show.
Oh,
yeah.
So they're stupid.
No, they're just creating a show.
So they're saying
we're actually in a show.
So they're saying that we're aliens, and we're going to be the aliens that invade. In the future, we're actually going to be the ones invading the AI.
No, the aliens have created this show for us to watch. And this is what we're watching. We're watching a show. And it feels really interactive, but it's just a big show that we're just in.
Just got to grab the popcorn, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't get too offended. Don't get too personal. I mean, it's just a big show. And once you understand it, you're like, oh, this is the next narrative of the show. That's all it is. This is just the next plot. And then when you see that, then you don't have to get so excited. You don't have to get so emotional. You don't have to feel like they're coming. It's just a part of the next plot of the show. Now, of course, it's really advanced because it's interactive, right? You know, you go to your work and your work's like, oh, well, we might have to lay you off and all. It's really an interactive show, but it's just a show.
Hey, host, if this is a show, who's the sponsor?
The aliens. That's why they're always, it's like, how when you watch a show, they have subtle interjections of advertisements, like they're wearing all like Apple watches, or you see in the background, there's like Apple posters, or people are driving like a Nissan. It's the same thing. You hear these interjections of aliens out here.
They're holding like a rake or something while they're talking. And
right.
There's weird music in the background.
Right. Yeah. So aliens are always interjected into our show because they're just showing you we're the sponsor. They don't ever show up, just like Samsung CEO never shows up in any of these movies.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Some shows are pretty blatant with it.
He's a sponsor. See, this is going to make me believe that AI is the alien. Yeah, I don't know what that's just propaganda against aliens.
That's something.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I have for my narratives of trying to help how to deal with this, because that's the other thing. It's like, I'm keep on trying to tell people how to deal with it. Another way to deal with it is to remember this is a show. And that way you don't get too emotional, you don't get too personal, you don't feel like, it's dire and everybody's going to die. It's just a really good show. Like they know how to really do this well to make you feel it. And it's interactive. So you get this like double play. It's like, wow, this is really good show. But
we're getting some
personal. You can always stop watching anytime you want. Just remember that.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
I mean, you literally can turn off the show anytime you want. That's always an option.
What kind of Nielsen ratings is it getting?
Well, they're the ones that create that too, so you can believe there's a show inside of a show. That's the point of the Matrix.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's almost like that. You know how you showed Amazon robot drones going to drop off people's packages like within an hour? Well, for some reason, some people are scared of drones.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. This is a good shot, too.
Like, I just want to deliver your package, man. Probably a porch pirate.
And that reminds me of the buzz bombs during World War II. They listened for the sound, and when it stopped, they knew it was coming down. Pretty terrifying, actually.
And I can already hear it. Some people, like you just played that. Some people are going to say, "Host, that's really cruel of you. There's people really dying out there." Do you think about that? Like, this is going to be tough to say because whenever you try to break a paradigm, because people are so personally invested in a paradigm, and I've talked about it before. If I kick your car, am I kicking you, or am I kicking the car? Because you're so personally interconnected with that car, you think I'm kicking you, but I'm not. That's like what a really good show is.
Well, that reality is actually coming to us.
It's a reality show.
Yeah, in the future, we're watching that from wherever we're at and wherever they're at. But here soon, Amazon is going to be delivering other kinds of packages that are going to be harmful and hazardous and probably explosive towards us.
Right, but it's never going to be us. It's going to be the ones that are participating in the show.
But yeah, they're going to be taking out the domestic terrorists. So you may order a package and a drone's going to show up and you're just going to run out to that drone because oh, it's Christmas.
But like every good show, everybody can't be a participant. There has to be a viewership. So, of course, there are going to be some that are participating, but it's an interactive thing.
Yeah, like the Running Man.
Right. And you have a choice to continue participating in this show. You continue buying stuff off Amazon, then Amazon's going to show up at your house. You continue believing in what Trump's saying, well, Trump's going to keep on telling you more things. You keep on believing SpaceX is going to go hang out with the aliens, then they're going to tell you more about aliens. Right. So as you participate in the show, they're going to add more of the narrative for the show because they can tell, just like any good show, the audience is watching. If the audience stops watching, they'll just give you a new narrative because it's a show.
Well, not everybody is as enthusiastic as Dan. Like he went to a park and put on a cowboy hat and actually pretended like he worked there.
His name is Lincoln. I've been here for 3 years. That's poor Joey. Come over, Pat. Oh, look at that, we scared him off. You boys from around here? You're from Canada. Well, this is Terrence over here. He's an Australian emu. Got him when he was a little chick and he's now a part of the furniture.
So he's not actually working there. He just put on a cowboy hat and he's just willingly participating in this show. So he just starts talking to people, just randomly talking to people. He's like, oh, yeah, so let me tell you about the history here. Let me tell you about what this animal is. He starts petting a kangaroo. I'm surprised that thing didn't kick him in the mouth.
But see, you have an option to do that. This show's interactive. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just cancel out.
I said he's not hurting anyone. I mean, he's actually helping. He's trying to, entertain people, inform them.
Well, that guy could even be spreading misinformation. Like, he'd be like, this kangaroo is from South Africa. When instead, in reality, it's actually from North Africa.
Or it's not even a kangaroo at all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And that's cool.
Could be a mouse with some kind of benign tumor on it.
The only reason you care about misinformation is because you're taking it personal. If you remember it's a show, then you're just entertained. That's all you got to do.
We ain't got no reason to lie.
And that's what I want to get to everybody. You don't have to participate in the show. If you don't want Amazon to show up at your house with bombs that will blow up your home, you don't have to buy from Amazon. You can buy from Walmart.
Or you can just comply. Don't die, comply. I feel like that could be a good slogan for Amazon. So Amazon, you can take that in the future.
Unfortunately, the government already took that. It's trademarked.
Okay, if you don't comply, you won't fry.
There you go. Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Amazon, you can have that one. You're welcome.
Yeah.
My application's still sitting there on your desk too, by the way.
Talking about it's a show.
Well, yeah. Well, I want a part in the show.
Okay.
Like Kangaroo Jack over there. If
don't cry, just
fry.
Fry.
Yeah. Well, this is perfect with a segment I'm going to bring in to view here, a brief segment. People are willingly, especially the younger people, I think, are willingly partaking in this show. And they're adapting a lot more subtly and a lot more easily than older people are. I think specifically Gen Zs and Gen Alphas are more adaptable. When you come home from work, but you forget your son is a cosplayer. So you go in there and you see Zelda or Link or whoever that character was.
Or something else. Yeah, I don't think that was...
I'm taking
you
this...
say Squishworth?
I'm taking this in a different way now. The more you keep on understanding it's a narrative, maybe the Gen Zs are actually more smarter than we think. Maybe they're just the ones who are awoken quicker to the understanding that this is a big show, and they can just create their own show. Instead of participating with the governmental show, they just create their own. And so now they're like, I don't want to watch that. I don't care about none of that. I ain't working. I ain't doing none of it. But I'm going to create my own show, and you guys can watch me.
Well, lo and behold, there are those that don't want to be part of the system, but they can almost feel like something's wrong.
Terrible, but I asked Noah, I said, what do you want for your birthday? You want a regular brain? Baby, your brain is perfect. You're perfect. Mom is crying because she's so happy. Because she loves, it's okay, it's okay. Look terrible, but...
the reason, one problem I have with these, my wires are showing. The one reason I have with those is I don't understand why people put that on the internet.
Because her son, it's almost like the, not the Tin Man, but was it the Tin Man? Yeah, he's like, if I only had a brain.
No, that was the Scarecrow.
Was it the Scarecrow? Oh, yeah, he wanted the heart.
Was the brain. The heart was the Tin Man, and courage was the lion.
Look, I get some of this can be show too, right? But then there's personal life that...
You think that kid was put on a show for his mommy?
No, this is what I'm saying. The one problem I have with those kind of videos... See, that's not... There are some layers to this with the governmental stuff like RFK. But the problem I have with those...
Junior or the assassination?
All of it. The one problem I have with these kind of videos... It's the same thing when somebody comes on the internet and starts crying.
Yeah.
It's like, I get there's it's not a show, it's real in your life. But when you put it online, it causes people to have that show feeling. And you take away, whatever I see on the internet, I know it's a show. And I know that there's real life too, though. If you don't put it on real life, it's really real. But the moment you put it on the internet, now people have the justification to say things and make and spin it to it's a show. Like now you're going to say, look at that woman. She's got this weird hair. Look at all this. Because you put it on the internet.
We just watch. We don't judge.
I'm judging as like, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're going to. I'm judging you. But,
I'm judging because I'm like, bro, why are you putting it on the internet? Because you want attention. That's why. And it's like, bro, these things are real.
Well, what if
they're not a part of the show?
What if this is an application that he's sending out to Elon Musk to get him a new brain?
See, then you're a part of the show. Then this is all fake. That's fake.
That's the most realist thing somebody can do.
That whole thing was fake.
That's
then.
a scholarship.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like there are real things, but the moment you put it on the internet, I'm going to start being convinced this is part of the show. And I think you're doing a disservice to people who have those kind of problems because now you're making people feel like you're putting on a show, which belittles the people who are having something real.
You have a problem with inclusive language, like pregnant people?
Do you have a problem with exclusive language?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is dumb. It's a show. Don't put it on the internet. You belittle the reality. It's like if you're going to come on the internet and start crying, you know what people are going to say. You're putting on a show.
Yeah, it's like if I was to start telling you about news and my ears were like really big and I'm like telling you about NASA stuff and I'm like, it's just a big show.
That's right.
And it's not, nobody actually believes that.
You're excited. You have all this dramatic stuff and you got the music sounds like the Lion King's about to show up and it's like, yeah, it's a show.
It's like, it's a lion. Yeah, and nobody believes that.
And then like these
nobody has ears that big.
The TikTok clips like that one you just showed, they'll have like, let me know, I just want a real brain.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I know people feel that. I know those things are real. But the moment you put it on the internet, we're going to feel like it's a show. You're actually doing a disservice to the real thing because you're putting it out here.
So, host, it seems like what you're saying is that the ones doing the cosplay,
that's a show.
These are willingly participants in a show, but they're actually the most realistic people out there because they're behaving.
Well,
or are you saying that these are part of the show too?
Well, what I believe is that they've figured out that this whole thing is a show.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of following the show being projected, they decided, why can't I create my own show? Let me know. Yeah, they're creating their own show. And now people are watching their show.
But that's
like,
more. That's
I can see Elder's face. He's squinting. He has a hard time watching the show.
That's a boy too. That's a son.
That's fine.
That's some man's son out there.
I mean, it's a show. Who cares? You only get offended because you think it's real.
Do you think those are contacts?
I mean, it's good makeup. Whoever's making the show, just like any good show, they have a good makeup artist.
And if he told you,
are there fake lip rings?
Well, maybe not, but I mean, it's a part of the show.
Think that's her real hair?
I mean, every good show has good costumes too.
Huh?
They call it cosplay for a reason,
right?
But honestly, I mean, that's what makes it so believable. You just showed
me, that bothers me because I do have a problem with that.
Which one?
The one with that woman and that boy, which I'm
the
assuming.
The older woman on that guy's lap?
No, the one you just showed me with the wild curls and the boy saying he wants a regular
curls
brain.
In her hair.
Which he's probably having autistic issues or something. And what's crazy is that those things are real, but the moment you put that online, everybody now is justified to say this is a show. Because you're not just talking about it. You're trying to parade this theatrics.
Okay, so going back to the older video, is this real?
No, this is a show.
I'll do anything that you say.
This is a show. This is a show.
You the boss, daddy. You the boss.
Even he knows it's a show. That's why he's laughing. And you know what's stupid is they put it online. You know why? Because they want views. Because they're trying to make a show.
He's not laughing.
Yeah, play it.
You say anything because you the boss. You the boss.
2,
You the
1.
boss, daddy. You the boss.
He's just happy.
You the boss,
No,
daddy.
he knows. He's like, we're going to get some views now. That's right. Look,
well, they only got...
I'm sure they got quite a bit.
She looks like she was hitting the cordyceps.
Yeah, he only got 382,000.
But that's a lot for somebody who's just singing Boss Daddy or whatever they're doing. All I'm saying, it's fine. You put it online. I don't care. Unfortunately, everybody has now justification to say whatever they want because now you're making it into a show. If you want to have honest discourse, You don't have to bring your son on there. You can talk about the topic at hand, right? We can have legitimate conversations like, is there an issue with disability discrimination or disability access or whatever you want to do? That's fine. We can talk about that. But the moment you bring theatrics and you're trying to do something that platforms the individual in a vulnerable way, oh yeah, now it's going to feel like, oh, this is a show. You're wanting attention. We could have talked about this without this theatrics. The government uses theatrics. The government uses aliens.
Who do you think taught us?
But that's what I'm saying. So then I don't believe it. See, that makes me, it delegitimizes a thing that's legitimate. And it's like there's real things and we have real life. And then there's the show. You're going to have to separate that. But see, people are getting so mingled. They're making real life into the show and then it belittles the reality. That's the problem with that stuff. Don't be a part of the government show. Just watch it.
Well,
be your own show.
Yeah, just don't put you don't have to put real things on the show.
Yes, believe in yourself. My next segment. My next segment. Scholars have years ago they tried to. It's a lie, isn't it? Scholars have been trying to figure out, especially critics, have been trying to figure out if Moses was real and if the parting of the Red Sea was real, if these miracles are real. Like the song goes, do you believe in miracles?
Talking about like Ben-Hur?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah.
Like Heston. That was his name. I was trying to. His name is Heston.
Yeah.
Charles. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he a real man?
But in the PC language, it's not Ben Hur anymore. It's Ben them.
Oh.
And that's fine too. It's not Ben him or her. Ben them. Like Ben 10.
He was
but
in
them.
Planet of the Apes. Get your damn dirty hands off me.
Yeah.
Something.
Apes.
That's truth.
That's chest hair.
Mm.
Well, the original, okay, so now critics are trying to figure out what to do with this new evidence that has arisen because there is video evidence of Moses in Nigeria.
Self-styled Moses.
So wild and free, and it all made sense to me. If I'm gonna die young American, then this was the final night we'd ever have.
This is another show.
And this isn't, but it's not like this is some kind of, they're not making some film. These are real believers.
Yeah, but they put it online.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to participate in their show.
Maybe the cameramen might have lost faith afterwards, but the other people did not.
Well, what am I supposed to take away from this?
That some things are more believable than others. Not everything is a show.
If you put it online, it's a show. That's all I'm going to say. Unless you're having a dialogue. And even that, I have to be really careful about a dialogue. But, we can have a dialogue. But the moment it's you're making a theatric, like it's theatrical, well, yeah, it's a show.
Yeah, so a pastor in Nigeria tried to split the sea like Moses, but his endeavor took a turn when a massive wave came gushing towards him, and he ran back to save his life, but ultimately got caught up in the swell. Video on social media shows a man holding a stick wearing a white robe. So, the pastor also says something that is inaudible in the video.
You know how we know this is a show?
Because I can't see the full article unless I accept these cookies down here.
But you pay for it. But this is actually
if I just accept the cookies, I can click on this.
Well,
but
you know how you know
I
it's
have to
a show?
accept these cookies so I can click on this.
Yeah, you don't want Santa Claus showing up.
I'd like some cookies.
You know how you know this is a show? Because some website decided that this was worthy to make an article about. There is no way anybody on the face of this planet, a human being, would have never said, you know what I'm going to do? I'll watch this video and I'm going to spend my time. Like this probably took at least 10 minutes at minimum. I'm going to spend 10 minutes of my life to write an article about the video that you just watched so I can tell you what you just saw, which is, yeah, he went into the water, they had some believers, and it failed, and now look where we are. This is how you know this is
Well, yeah, it's true. It's the low swinging fruit, and it's just easier to grab.
It's the This is what it is.
Yeah.
This is just
But this is the easiest form. This is the lowest swinging fruit you can think of, because literally, whether AI created this article for somebody or it did it on its own to match my request when I searched it.
I hope that it was AI, because if it was a human being,
Yeah, but look, if I accept the cookies, they get information, and that information is valuable. We're in the information economic age right now. So I can't even read the rest of it. I want to know. My ears are itching. My eyes are itching. I would like to read this. So it just says several men in Africa have been trying to enter the religious space by trying to woo people into becoming their followers, or by scaring them into believing. And that's it. That's all I can read. Mic drop.
Elder, you have anything?
I don't know if I can follow up with anything after all that. I feel like it would be a letdown. Anything after that?
Well, we need something to clean the palate.
Mutant pigs. There's mutant pigs running around in Japan because of the Fukushima reactor, but yeah, I don't know. That's all part of the story, right? Mutant pigs.
What's going on?
Oh, mutant pigs.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. What? Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just gonna tell everyone about the mutant pigs that are running around in Japan. Apparently, the domestic pigs that got loose during the whole Fukushima thing, the reactor meltdown, they're mating with the wild boar that are on the island there, and they're producing some sort of mutated super pig. So yeah, and their reproduction cycle is accelerated too. Normally, it would take 2 reproductive cycles, or so. No, for 2, it's like 10. It's like it's increased by an unbelievable amount. So, yeah,
I think I have a video.
That would be good. I would appreciate if you could show a video. I don't know if I should trust you, but
shouldn't trust
are spreading out of control in Canada and threatening to invade the US. Let me explain. They're not just ordinary wild pigs spreading through Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Some are crossbreeds that combine the survival skills of wild Eurasian boar with the size and high fertility of domestic swine, the Associated Press reported. These pigs are invasive and not native to North America, even though they've been on the continent for centuries. The pigs are smart, fuzzy, adaptable, resilient to Canada's harsh winters, and can eat anything, including crops and wildlife. They are also what Ryan Brook, a professor at the University of Saskatchewan and leading expert on the pig problem, called an ecological train wreck. Wherever the pigs go, it looks like a bomb went off. The ground is blown apart, he said, according to the Toronto Star. These pigs spread diseases like African swine fever, tear up land while on the prowl for food, and reproduce so quickly that even if 65% or more of the wild pigs were killed every year, their population would still grow. Some 62,000 wild pigs have been sighted in Canada, and it's just a matter of time before they cross over to the US, Brook told the Associated Press. And while it's too late to stop the swine in Manitoba and Saskatchewan, US states can still stop them with early detection systems.
Yeah, and this is when they're going to say that SpaceX has been tapped in. They're going to have lasers shooting from the sky, killing these pigs. And then these genetically modified pigs from radioactivity in Japan are going to get offended because they have mutated into some kind of hyper transcendent, intelligent sensation that they are now offended because they know that you've been killing their species, and now they're going to start eating the people in Japan.
Yes. It sounds like a pretty plausible story.
That's what boars do. They'll eat anything.
Yeah.
They're
apparently radiation as well.
Yeah, and they're mutated boars.
So what are we going to do about this Bay of Pigs?
You ain't got to worry about nothing. You got SpaceX on the roll.
Kennedy's all over it, man.
And we can mow them down with machine guns.
There was a Kennedy who took care of the Bay of Pigs, and there's going to be a Kennedy to take care of the flood of pigs.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see him wrangling the snakes?
Kennedy?
Yeah, RFK Jr. Did you see him wrangling those snakes?
I did not.
He was over at Dr. Oz's house hanging out, and he had a couple snakes on the patio. And
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. And he went and wrangled the snakes, man. He went and picked them up, and he got rid of them.
I mean, if you can't think this is a show, I don't know what to tell you. You're over here wrestling snakes, mutated pigs.
Jamie, well, maybe we can... Man. Can you pull that up for us, Jamie?
Yeah, here you go.
Yep, there it is.
And you think this isn't a show?
Hey, listen, snake charmers, right?
He got bit several times.
Yeah.
He's not the smartest
he got bit,
guy.
But he didn't get poisoned, see? He didn't succumb to the venom. Okay, he mesmerized them.
Look, this is what I was saying earlier. You put it on the internet, it's for theatrics. It's a part of the show. He wants to show you he's a Superman, he's a superpower, he can step on certain serpents' heads or whatever you want to say. He's the man. The only thing I'm going to end with this is why it's important to understand the thing that you care about. You need to leave that to discourse. Don't make video theatrics or nobody's going to take you serious. And that's why it does bother me, like the thing that colleague showed. I don't understand why parents do this.
Which thing?
The thing with that crazy hair woman and the autistic kid. And it's like, I don't know why you do that. You want to have a conversation about something real? That's cool because it's real. But the moment you make it theatrical, I'm going to connect you with the aliens. I'm going to connect you with the U.S. government. I'm going to connect you with Snake Wrangler Boy because you want attention. It's like we can conversate about things that are real because you want real solutions. Or do you just want attention and theatrics? And that's tough because there are real things to talk about with real problems. And then there's entertainment. Don't want people to mingle your real life with entertainment because then nobody's going to believe you. It's the boy who cried wolf. Nobody's going to believe you because we have too many wolves out here crying all day about aliens.
Well, at least some people are... Oh, go ahead, Elder.
No, I just said nothing is real anymore.
You have people driving around with fake boyfriends even.
Carter, he is beautiful to look at. He's happy as fuck.
This is a show.
Damn. Hey, baby. Oh, my God.
Hey, what's up, boo?
You look so beautiful.
Hey, what's up, boo-boo?
And he's actually looking at her like, what are you doing? Like, even the doll thinks this is strange.
Damn, he's a beautiful ass man.
Driving that
Damn.
lane. What do they have? Those lanes? What is it? HOV lane or something like that, where you can drive in it if you have more than one person in the car.
Driving pool.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to do.
I mean, that's one way to do it, but again, you put it on the internet. I already know this is for show.
You put a couple of these bad boys in your car, I guarantee you, your car's never going to get stolen.
I mean, that's something to do when the police pull you over.
Do what?
Yeah.
It'd be like all these people are claiming the fifth.
Yeah, I guess you'd have a self-driving car with all them in there.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, but see, if you record that, I know this is for the show.
Yeah, see, get an Uber, get a Waymo, and put these dummies in the front seats and the back seats, and just have it drive around like that. And it's going to go pick up the next person, and there's not going to be any seats because they're going to be a family of fake.
Well, then there's a problem because somebody's got to be the person to take it out. But if you're just driving up for the Uber, you don't know if they put that in there, if they're supposed to be in there or not. So you're going to be like, oh, well, it's full.
Yeah, you just can't just sit on one of their laps.
Yeah, you're
it's like the fantastic plastic.
You're not sure, because it's a show, you're not sure if you're a part of the show because you don't know what to do because they're not supposed to be in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. You guys, when you watch the news, you hear about all this stuff, start to practice this idea. It's a show.
Yeah, just be real.
I mean, you be real, but don't take the thing you're seeing on this apparatuses that you have as the real deal. It's a show. It's a good show. I will say it's a good as in being, it's a very well put together show as entertainment. It's interactive, like it involves some things in your life, but it's a show. And if you want to opt out, you can. Just remember that. It's a show.
Well, people can read your face expressions anyway. It's almost like when your boyfriend doesn't need to even say anything, so you just know what he wants.
What?
Yeah, that's a show.
That's definitely a show.
See, that's unnecessary.
Somebody in the background said, what?
Yeah.
I think that was, I don't know if that was Elder
Yeah,
or...
that was Elder.
That's me.
It's like, what?
It's always Elder in the background.
What?
Yeah, there's no reason to put that even online.
No, Murph.
I mean, there's no reason to put that online.
What?
Nobody cares. It's just like aliens. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, that woman's like, you guys are saying the aliens, but I don't care, and I don't. It's like, I would just watch down. It's like, I don't care. That feels like aliens. It's like, I don't care. It's a show. And I think we are living in the age, you know, we call them influencers, but we're living in an age where everybody's realized this whole thing is a show. Why don't I just create my own show? And that's where you get matrices on matrices on matrices, because now you got to figure out what's the difference between the show and real. And I'll tell you how you do that is stop putting your personal life on the internet. That way you know this is a show and this is real life. The moment you keep putting your real things on the internet, everybody's going to think you're a part of the show. And that's the objective of the governmental show. They want you to think that you are worth nothing. Everything that's real in your problems in life is just a big show. And so they don't even need to take it serious because you're part of the show. So if you stop putting that personal stuff, the real things online, you can separate you from the show. But if you don't do that, yeah, you're just a part of the show. And I have rights. I have a right to say, yeah, that's a show. But that bothers me because there are people that have problems, like the video colleague showed. I don't want to take that as a show, but I know that mother was putting on a show. Yeah. And I was like, see, that's why you don't want to do that. You don't want to be a part of that show.
Not all shows are good shows.
Well, I mean, you're just adding to this amalgamation of this weird show we live in.
Slop.
There you go. This slop. You guys have anything else you guys want to contribute before we end the show?
Just one more clip to show a motherly affection towards even interspecial connections.
Interspecial.
Oh boy.
Yes. It's Master Splinter's wife.
Magic mushroom. Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh, my son!
Oh, you got toasted. You had a hot time in the old town.
I don't even know what to say about that. I like his grills, though. Shout out to Paul Wall. But yeah, anyways, don't be a part of the show. It's fine. I don't know. Actually, I have nothing else to say.
Let's go to the Jeep store and tell them to make you a grill.
Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's episode, this show here at the Matrix Network. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the video, like the video, consider becoming a paid member and joining the Matrix Network, sending us a lot of money so we can continue this show.
This show, which is a good show.
Hopefully it's a great show. And
it's the best show.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed. But anyways, as always, this fine gentleman here. Yeah, that was colleague. That right there.
Oh, wait a minute. Bring me back.
That's Elder.
There I am.
And I'm host. I don't even have anything else to say. Well, until next time, this has been the Matrix Network. And we're out of here.